let's come to the second day. Am I right? Let me read the second day. Let me just read the alternate translation. And God said what? Let firmament, that is page 10. Let firmament, that means expanse, or an expanded surface of air, become in the midst of waters. Let firmament become, or let expanded surface of air become in the midst of water. And let the dividing become from water to waters. Do you get my point? Let dividing become something separate, separate from water to waters. Which under the firmament, from the water, from waters which under the firmament, from the waters which above the firmament. And then what? And it became so. And God called unto the firmament heavens. It's hard to believe, hard to even understand. It's all water, right? And God said, let there be light. Then there's light. And then the second step is not light and darkness. It's absolute separation to produce a great span called the firmament. And God called that even heavens. The great span. So you live in this great span. There were waters on top. There are also waters underneath. Wow, could you believe in that? I like this verse, especially I like the expanse surface of air. You know, brother, we're so small. You know what is missing? The span. God did something you can't believe. Here is the earth. Here's earth. I'm right. Formerly it was, here's earth. It's okay. It's not that wrong, right? It's supposed to be not that wrong. Underwater, here's waters. Am I right? Waters. Then he'll become in the deep. In other words, waters are so much waters. So it doesn't even call it's earth. It's called deep. In other words, it has fallen to a point, it's irrescuable. No way to do anything about it. So the spirit brooding, hovering over, right, the surface, right? All of this, eventually God will say, hey, let water be divided. Let there be a span. Firmament developed. In other words, you know how big is a firmament? Bigger than the globe. Do you get it or not? Isn't that? Here's the globe. On top of the globe, there are waters, right? Then above the waters, there's another waters. Waters and the globe. God says, I will give you a span. Is that English? I will give you expense. I will give you expense for you to what? To live, to survive, to develop, to travel, to minister, to labor, to fight. He gives you expense. Expense is big. How big? On the surface of the whole globe is that very expense. Oh, this is so good. Whatever you are, there's a big span for you to develop, for you to develop, for you to grow. Lord says in the second day, Lord began to show the principle of life. The principle of life is, I will give you no boundary. Everything that is in you is yours. You have everything on the surface of the globe. That's yours. Go. If these two young brothers put their age together, is 36 or 38 or 40, less than half of my life put together. They lead, they encouraged, the whole church. And they have got a very wise elder. Rather than, oh, brother, don't walk in flesh, don't walk in your self-life. The elder is wise enough, stand with him. Encourage the houses opened up to be with him. Okay, I don't know eventually how far these two young brothers will develop. But at least in Montreal, did you realize they got a good expanse for them to develop? You know what's our problem? Our problems, the leading ones were too good. Good to a point nobody can develop. They're burdened for message. They're burdened for lead. They're burdened for what you ought to do. They're burdened to take a lead in the church life, ministry in the meetings, and they forgot. No. If you know how to preach in the meeting already, don't preach anymore. Let the young brother do it. Amen. Because you know it already. Rather, what? Expand yourself. Remember, God has given you a huge span for you to explore. We're limited, like I am very limited. If I'm not limited, I like to go to more places, to raise up more churches. But my physical strength is limited, and I hate my inability of raising up brothers. Otherwise, I believe we can do much more than what we can see today. But in God's provision, it's interesting. He gives you three things. Number one, he says, let there be firmament. Number two, he says, let there be waters above. Third, it says, let there be waters under. So, where are you? You are in the midst, right? There's water above, the water under. But where you are in the midst, you are not, you are not squeezed. You don't have to say, I cannot breathe. Think about the great provision God has given to you. God has given you the firmament. You can translate, it's the sky. Some translate say, it's air. You know, the air and the sky is together. Then what? Then God even called that heavens. In other words, there's something heavenly here. You have three overall provisions. You have the expanse, the firmament. You have water above. You have water below. Do you know that? You're just a young man. God says, I made some provision for you. He said, what? You want me a great preaching brother? He said, no. That's too small. You want me to be a great apostle? He said, no, that's too small. I have to provide you the firmament. Amen. How big is the firmament? On the surface of the whole globe. Even Lord will say, Titus, how come you're so small? Don't you know the span I gave to you? Don't you know the firmament I put you in? Don't you know how much you can develop? Don't you know how far you can go? Don't you, when you love the Lord, how valuable your life will be? Don't you realize when you give yourself whole to the Lord, how much Jesus can do with you? Because when you consider the firmament, the expanse the Lord has given to us, you just had one feeling, Lord, I worship you. When I read this, I really worship the Lord. Lord, you give me a place to breathe. That's for living, right? You give me a place to breathe. But I never realized the scope for my breathing is that big. Is that big. The whole globe is for us. And we are in here to serve global-wise. Because we're put right in the midst of it. It's really heavens, right? Up and down and middle, and there's a span. Especially I like you young people to understand the span. Your lifespan is for that span. That span can be so great based on where you are. If you're a small person, your span will be so little. You have to tell the Lord, Lord, make my span so great. Send me to India. Send me to Saudi Arabia. Send me to South Africa. These are span Lord has given to us. Send me to. Do you get my point? Even your brother in Lorraine, don't just hold this 50 cents. Brother, tell the Lord, Lord, I like to see somebody saved in Illyria. That's a span. So I go to Illyria. I preach gospel there every day. After 2-3 months, I can assure you 1 or 2 couple will be saved. Then the church will expand. Do you get my point? Don't just be in the city. Go to the beach. Lorraine has beach. Go to the beach. Talk with the beach people. Preach gospel to them. You have to realize, don't let everything confine you to a spot. Church in Lorraine can become a spot. Church in Cleveland can become a spot. Wherever you are, it can become a spot. You should tell the Lord, give me a great span. Am I right? With this span, I like to have heavenly water and earthly water so that I can fully be one with you. This is second day.